But it's important that you come out of this as well. So there's your setup. And then if we scrub down the timeline, we see that he holds that position for quite some time. So we want to deselect everything and only select the hand that we're working with. On animation layer 1, let's set a key there. That's good. And there's a key there. That's the beginning of good. Okay? So really what I'm doing is just kind of defining the landscape here. And I'm going to run down the timeline. So really, that's a key. And I would say that's a key. Okay, so a little shorter on that backside. But it's really important that you lock that down so that you're not screwing up any of the later edits with the hand. Very important. Okay, so let's go back to the base animation layer. And once again, we'll bring our time down so we can really see it. And then let's take a look in this area once again, down here, just to kind of confirm. Comes out. And once again, I'm kind of looking for pop frames or anything that's not working right. So you can see a couple, they don't show up in the camera view, but they do show up here in the producer view. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete any offending frames. And for these, I've got to select the body. I'll twist that hand over here in just a minute. I've already kind of marked it out. Now he doesn't do anything for a long time and then picks back up. There's a lot of talking with Mitch. Let me adjust the camera on that. Bam. That's the last good one. It's funny how sometimes distorted the characters become. And it's interesting to me, people freak out when they see that stuff. You got to get used to it. You got to be able to, once again, select everything and take a look at how that's coming in. Once again, we're going to have to make some fixes there. But let's clean up the pop frames first. Sometimes I'll put a nice little in-between frame for it. And we're definitely going to want to fix that with animation layers. So I'm going to kind of ID it out. He goes from there, which is about his last good frame. and then into his arms crossed. I won't need to fix that. And I think I might even take out that frame. Now there's some gimbal lock going on there. All right, so now that we've kind of got the bad frames taken out, let's run back to a single pane view, rewind, and take a look at it from the beginning. Oh, and don't forget, you need to tell Motion Builder which take to have the audio on. And now what we want to do is start doing the hybrid animation. So now that we've got everything kind of locked in, what I want to do is I want to commit that to the timeline. And to do that, I'm going to create a new take. So I still have take 2 to come back to, as well as take 1, which is where I laid in the cameras. And I do want to copy the data from the current take to the new take. Now I'm just going to select everything on the timeline and say, plot the whole scene to the current take. Okay. Now that's going to plot everything, including the camera moves. Okay. So sometimes what I like to do is go back to, and this is one of the reasons why you want to keep everything on a separate take. If we go here, and we can see that we've got all of our keyframes have been plotted for the camera. Okay, well, that's cool, but we want to really be able to edit them like they were before. So we'll select these. All right, so now that I've deleted everything off of 3, I'm going to go to 2. I'm going to select a few of them, make sure my timeline is completely set, select all, and copy, go to take 3, and paste. So now on the base layer, I have my camera animation the same as I had previously, non-plotted in between. You want that flexibility on the camera. And there's a couple different ways of doing cameras, and many people do them differently, but I find they're so related to what I'm doing with the animation that I like to have control of them on a keyframe level. One of the things we'll do in part 4 is take a look at using the camera track in story mode. But this is really key, fundamental stuff that you need to be associating your background, or your storyboard rather, with your character and the camera. That composition is what's so key. So, all right, so let's move on. Now we've got our character here on body mode. Make sure auto keyframe is on, and there's all the keys for the body, okay? All in the base layer. First thing we'll do is add an animation layer. So we'll slip out of story mode, select our entire body, and set a key on the animation layer 1. All right, so let's talk about how easy it is to clean up motion capture data. I'm going to bring my timeline roughly down to about half, and still too many to edit. So let's get it down to where it's still easy to see. And then, oh, we got that little pop right there. Once again, motion capture is not perfect, and it depends on the system that you're going to use. You're going to find errant keys that will occur, but they're so easy to edit, it's not even funny. Let's just take that offending frame and get rid of it. And you see Motion Builder automatically blends a nice little spline between those two missing keys. So let's go through and look for any other spots that he does that, okay? So like here, 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 right?